afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I hope you are doing amazing. I'm doing amazing today. I have not been on for quite some time because if you've ever heard any of my other posts about sort of what I've been through, then yeah, we got out. So thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, angels. Yeah, just thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So what I want to talk about today is just going to be a short message, but it's something that I've gone through and I've been through, and I just want to talk a little bit about, I've got Palo Santo going, by the way. I just want to talk a little bit about energy and light and dark, and just the term you attract what you are, okay? And I just want to address this from a personal standpoint, because there's a lot of information out there in the like spiritual community that's like, oh, well, you attract what you are, so if you attract that, then you must be that. And I just want to talk about that a little bit. Now, that is completely different to what karma is. Now, karma is neither good nor bad. It can be good or bad, however you look at it. But it's literally, karma is you get what you give, right? So you reap what you sow. If you put out really horrific intentions towards people and you try and manifest like evil or malevolence onto people, then eventually you're going to get that back, okay? The same if you move with pure intentions, and even if you go through great difficulty, you're going to get that good back, dharma. That's what I want to talk about. You do not always attract what you are, my friend. So if you are a pure-hearted soul, if you are pure of heart and you genuinely want to help people and you want to do what's best, blah, 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 likely one of your lessons in life is going to be self-love, self-worth, and boundaries like a motherfucker, to keep certain energies away. Because you don't always attract what you are. If you are pure love, pure light, it's like that moth to a flame theory. You're going to attract abundance. Okay, look at my joyful abundance cards. You're going to attract abundance and good things into your life, but you're also going to attract extremely dark and broken people, because they are they're highly, highly, highly attracted to your light, okay? And they want to snuff it. They want to take it down. They want to take it out because they're jealous of it, and they want it. And it's normally because they see abundance in you, and their greed and lustful energy wants to take that from you. So the way that they do that is lust is like sexual energy, life force energy, draining your life force, or draining your abundance, whatever that is, whether it's wealth, whether it's time, whether it's energy, whether it's resources, okay? So you do not always attract what you are, but you do attract what you are trying to still survive. I'll say that again. We sometimes don't attract what we are, because if we're pure-hearted, loving light, we can be sometimes, I know I was 5 years ago before I started this journey, this relationship, you can be a little bit on the naive side, a bit on the lovey-dovey side, and you do have to realize that there are people out there who are pure evil, like wicked people, okay? And that's why we have to go through this sometimes, because we have to see that not everyone is like us. In fact, a lot of people are not. So when I say you don't attract what you are, because if you're pure of heart, you are going to attract pure of heart, but you're going to also attract the opposite, because people just want to be around you and your energy and your light, and they want to use it for themselves, okay? Because it's such a powerful life force that it gives the darkness light. It gives them not light, but energy. It gives them like food, okay? So yeah, be very mindful of that. But like I just said, you will attract what you are still trying to survive, because pain, especially childhood pain, we carry it with us, and it's not necessarily our fault if we're a generational curse breaker. I know that's thrown around a lot, but it's like so hard, right? Sometimes we have to go through like extremely difficult circumstances to, one, become who we're supposed to be, two, to really break the chains of the past, like whether it's abuse, like substance addictions, violence, whatever it is, okay? Abandonment, whatever. So we attract sometimes what we're still trying to survive. So if we had a really brutal childhood, we may meet someone who is like basically a replica of that, whether it's a parent, a family member, whatever. And it is all happening for our highest good. Like, it's trying to show us where we need to break free and where we are stuck and where we're letting people control us and where we're giving our power away and where our boundaries and our energy is leaking and all that sort of stuff. So it can be extremely brutal. It is meant to be for our highest good, though, so that we eventually can be freed of those chains, of that story, of that identity, of those circumstances, of that lack, of that poverty, of that pain. And the reason that happens is if you're still trying to survive like severe childhood trauma, and you keep going through life and you don't understand why you're attracting it, is because it's still running through your nervous system. And that does not mean that it's your fault. That does not mean that you are that. It doesn't mean that that's why you attracted it, because you're an awful person and stuff like that. And this is where people can get really stuck, because I know that I got really stuck in it, because I was like, well, why are all these awful things happening to me? I must be awful. No, it's the undercurrent of what you're trying to still survive running through your system. And if you are pure of heart, we are affected a lot more than other people. We're highly sensitive to energy. We can be old souls and all that. So the only way that we can be shown that, and the only way that we can move out of that and make different choices and better choices and boundary up and protect our energy and learn what's our energy and learn what is not our energy, okay? And stop absorbing other people's energy and projections and wounds and all of that sort of stuff, is pain. Because as much as we don't want to experience pain, pain is the thing that literally, it's like the catalyst to shift us. So like when things are going really well in your life and stuff like that, even if you know something's not right with someone, or even if you know something's off, or like even if you're not really happy, or you sort of tend to go along because you're kind of just going along, right? Whereas pain, as brutal and as like indescribable and torturous as sometimes it can be, and I have been there, so I'm sending you love with this message. And I'm not saying like this just to be like just throwing words around. Like, this stuff is not for the faint of heart, and it's more brutal than most people realize, especially when you move with pure intentions. So pain is the only way that we can be shifted, right? And it is for our highest good. Like, if I look back 5 years ago and what I've been through and just gotten out of in the last month, the pain and the torture and the brutality of it has been so indescribable. But had I not gone through that, I would possibly still be living with rose-colored glasses that everyone's love and light and there's no evil, and yes, people are bad, but they're just wounded. No, some people are just straight up psychopaths, okay? And we really need to protect ourselves against these types of people. But the only way that I could be shown that and to make a different choice for my lineage, breaking these generational curses and moving through this healing, is pain. And so sometimes the pain is so bad that we either go into the grave, because that's what they want, or we literally like completely remember who we are and change identities and stop associating with all of that, right? It's not meant to be a forever pain. It's meant to be such a, what's the word? Cataclysmic. Is that even a word? It's meant to be so earth-shaking, life-shattering that you have no choice but to rise or go, right? Or go from this world, from this earth. That's spiritual warfare. This is the way it works. So we forgive, we never forget, and we never allow back in. But pain is the only way that we can be so shaken to our very core, not stepping out of character, not becoming like them, always staying in love, but like literally not taking it on, not like making such radical changes that we don't ever go down that path. It's the only way we can shift so radically, to change our life, to become everything we're meant to become, to help other people, and to outgrow and heal what we've been trying to survive our entire life, even if it's not our fault, because the lessons there are for us, and they're to strengthen us, and they are to make sure that we never go back again. Never go back again. You hear me? Never go back again. Like, you never fall for it again. You never give them the gun again, right? So they can reload it, because that's what they would do. You never go back. You forgive, you release, you never go back. You close, and then you ask God to handle the rest, okay? Because there are some things in this life that are so, like, just people wouldn't believe you if you told them what you've been through. So those things you've got to give to God and let God handle it. Your angels, your spirit team, your guides, your guardians. You've got to give it for them to handle, and you've got to trust. And that's the journey I've been on for 5 years, and it's definitely the journey I've been on for the last month, and I'm so glad that I did. However way that you connect with spirit or you resonate with spirit, you must trust your intuition above all else. Literally, I'm only alive because of the grace of God, and because I trusted myself and listened to my intuition and protected myself so fiercely, and my 2 small children. So had I not gone through that, I would not be as aware, as awake, as healed, as passionate, as loving, as expanded, as just boundaried up as I am now. There's always a reason. Everyone has a different story. Everyone has a different journey. But please don't think, if you are pure of heart, like, we all have things we need to work on, right? We all have toxic patterns that may have been passed down to us, or subconscious or limiting beliefs. And part of this is obviously ripping all of that away. And a lot of it, your whole life will just get, like, the life that you knew will just get ripped away. Like, that's what's happened. Like, everything will just get ripped away. Every single thing will get ripped. But it's not the life you want. It's not the life you ever wanted, right? If you really are true to yourself, it is not the life that you ever wanted. Everything is on the other side of that. Every good thing, every amazing thing, every high vibrational thing. And it's scary. Like, it's scary because you literally only have yourself and your intuition and God or your angels to trust. Like, and when everything is getting ripped away from you, and like the very earth is shattering underneath you, it is terrifying. But it is all happening for you if you just trust and have faith. You must have faith, and you must believe in yourself, and you must know your worth and know that you do not deserve to go through these awful things. That is why God is literally moving you out of the way, but you've got to let go and get out of your own way for it to happen. Because if you are still trying to cling on to what you like is familiar or what you're trying to survive, God can't help you to the level that you need it. So you're just going to keep going through it until you surrender. So I promise you, from where I was like a month ago, 2 months ago, to where I am now, like even though it's not where I want to be, it is like monumentally different. And we are safe and we are held. So please believe. I'm going to pull one of these Joyful Abundance cards. I love these cards. They're not tarot cards. I'm not a tarot card reader. These are just beautiful cards to encourage self-awareness, because self-awareness and choices are what you need to do. Like being self-aware and stuff is one thing, but actually taking the aligned action and listening to God and doing what you're told and being divinely obedient, that is the key. That is the key. You must do what you're told by God for him to be able to shift. And I will share more on my story, and like it happened in a way that I didn't expect, but I'm so glad it did. So yeah, very, very, yeah. Just the divine works in miraculous ways, but you've got to trust. Yeah, I just pulled that out. Yes. I indulge in my soul's longings without apology or reservation. Yep. So beautiful. You don't need to apologize. You need to be divinely obedient to God, not the devil, to God. You don't owe anyone an explanation. You don't owe, like, you came here to break these patterns, to be better and to help other people, and that's what you need to focus on. No matter how dark, no matter how desolate, no matter how dire straits it is, there's always a way out if you let God take the wheel. What's that song by Carrie Underwood? Jesus, Take the Wheel. If you've never heard that, even if you don't like country music, just listen to that song, because it's literally that. It's literally like, let your higher self take over, let God take over, and let them work through you and for you, and get out of the way, because I promise you, that's where everything starts to fall into place for you. Even if it's hard, even if it's dark, even if it's scary, you must have faith. I love you.